Packgod made himself one of the most hated internet figures for his cocky and disrespectful roasting lines.
Who the f am I? What the f if you don't get your eyes show speed? Dried out weed, body built like an anal bead, headphone wire, deflated tire, farted in the mic and caught it fire.
And now, with brands and sponsors gone, his estimated $4,000 a month earnings are a far cry from the estimated $58,000 a month that he used to earn at his peak, showing just how far he fell off career-wise in such a short time. My name's Ryan, and we'll explore how YouTuber Packgod built an empire of viral toxicity, somehow paid the price for it, and what he is up to now. Before turning into one of the most socially embarrassing internet figures, Packgod went by his real name Elias Lichten, and to say he had a meteoric rise to fame would be a massive understatement. He launched his main YouTube channel in August 2022, and almost instantly, he found huge success, skyrocketing to over 5 million subscribers in under just 2 years. Initially, his primary content format was built around popularizing live-streamed roast battles, where he delivered rapid-fire, nonsensical, and deeply aggressive insults aimed at random Discord users, popular e-girls, and members of the furry community. His videos are filled with fast-paced editing.
You have no life, you pack on Discord. Your whole life is relied on Discord.
Yeah, so I ain't got no life, but here you are on your Saturday night.
Bright transitions and zooms, and ear-damaging screaming to overwhelm his targets before they could even formulate a single word in response.
Let me just open up my brain and get on your screaming queen, body built like a lima bean, you shop at Sheen, you're 13, you lack basic hygiene, your teeth are gapped, you got a highway going in between, your upper lip is unseen.
Apparently, viewers in the comments flocked to support Packgod's chaotic energy, saying things like Packgod times Eminem would be fire, and his effing rapping have to be in Spotify. But although he got a massive amount of views from bullying random teenagers, he blew up to astronomical heights when he started targeting established names, deliberately picking controversial creators to boost his own visibility. For instance, he targeted extremely infamous figures like EDP445, absolutely obliterating them in voice calls that would be instantly clipped and shared across every major social media platform. However, he didn't stop there, as he even went after huge mainstream creators like Jack Doherty, Sniper Wolf, and even KSI. And things reached a whole new level when he ended up making a diss track on famous American YouTuber and part-time boxer Alex Wasabi, while publicly calling him out, which ended up getting over 1.4 million views.
I guess we'll never know. You will maybe don't put on your diary, go made it off cause you can empire your content is just so nobody views this and you into yourself, but we know you a liar.
But what caught everyone's attention was when he roasted iShowSpeed on Discord so violently that Speed lost control, and even almost ended up crying on camera.
It's boy, you my
I'm about to cry, bro. I'm about to cry, bro. That shit's man, bro.
This marked his golden era, as his fanbase hyped up everything he produced. Every single video was guaranteed to hit the trending tab, consistently gaining millions of views and making him completely untouchable. On top of that, he constantly leveraged his fame into monetization, earning thousands of dollars from his merch products, which seemed to have strong hype online. However, as his subscriber count continued to climb into the millions, the illusion of Packgod being untouchable and an unscripted comedic genius started to fracture. For months, the entire appeal of his brand was the 3 AM chaos aesthetic, where he sold his audience on the idea that these supposedly random unscripted roast battles were spontaneous acts of midnight vigilantism.
Bad words. Everything's delayed.
Your grandma's getting laid?
No, it's delayed.
Your grandma's getting laid? What? Oh, your voice delayed. I thought you said your grandma's getting laid. Oh my god, I'm sorry, bro.
However, the truth was revealed behind the curtain when people found out that these chaotic 3 AM lobbies were actually being filmed at 2 PM on a Tuesday and were heavily, meticulously prearranged, as they said. It is all fake, man. My mate's sister was on a video where her mom came in all angry for waking her up at 3 AM. It was filmed at 2 PM and was scripted. The video fooled me, as I knew the family was very strict a few years back when I was close to them, but I reached out to ask, and yeah, all scripted. Decent amount of money though, but nothing compared to what he makes on each video. And in these intensified moments, things took a turn for the worse when a viral video by a YouTuber named Flazfire ended up providing indisputable proof that Packgod's videos were artificial and pre-planned.
Packgod's videos are fake. Kinda. It's complicated. Because they're fake in the way that professional wrestling is fake, which is to say that the fight is prearranged and the moves are all scripted, and the winner is already decided. If you look in the description of any of his packing videos, you may come across a small line buried right at the bottom that says, "This is not real bullying. This is made for entertainment purposes only," which is code for this video is fake.
This was the tip of the iceberg, as people were now assured that his content was fake. In the immediate aftermath of the massive expose, people were left commenting things like, "I'm pretty sure his roasts are made specifically to make his viewers laugh. I mean, it works on me, I get a laugh when he pulls out a good one, hence why it's scripted to make sure that the viewer probably laugh at some point in his videos." His diss tracks are good though, and I also understand it's fake due to the fact that somehow everybody in his videos talks about him like some legend on YouTube that everybody is copying, but it's hard to make quality content without a script. However, even though the content was staged, it still allowed Packgod to generate a staggering $13,000 per month, which was enough for him to live a normal life. And so, despite all the backlash, he continued the roast to get views, so he tried making more videos following the exact same formula in an attempt to gain even more attention. However, everything can get boring if it's repeated too many times, and this time people didn't seem to enjoy his videos as much, saying it was funny for a bit, but it got stale pretty fast. That's basically it. But while the Flasfire expose damaged his on-camera persona, behind the scenes, his reality was turning into a complete disaster, proving that his toxic behavior was not just an act for the microphone. It all started to crumble in 2022, when a catastrophic falling out occurred with his longtime co-creator, Leg. For 2 years, Leg and Packgod had built their digital footprint together, operating as a partnership. But suddenly, out of nowhere, Leg completely revoked Packgod's access to their joint channels, including their incredibly lucrative Spotify and SoundCloud accounts.
I just want to talk to you man to man. I did not want to have to go about this way, but you genuinely leave me with no other choice since you blocked my number, removed me as a friend on Discord, and deplatformed me from every single account that I had spent the last 3 years growing and busting my ass off for. You're getting paid every single month for the music that I made, and you kicked me off the DistroKid, so now every single month you will be getting payments from my music and not be giving me one dime.
And the situation only got messier when he revealed on Twitter that Leg had allegedly tried to sell the highly popular Void and Packgod channels behind Elias's back. The asking price was a staggering $75,000, which Packgod responded to by saying, "Well, we all now know the reason all of this really happened was cause Leg was trying to sell both of the channels for $75K. This incident made people really upset as they supported Packgod and were enraged at Leg, saying the fact Packgod actually sat down and handled this like a mature adult is actually really showing how serious this is. And Leg's the type of person that doesn't do the work in a group project, but takes all the credit for himself. But instead of handling this situation privately or entirely through the legal system, Packgod saw an opportunity for content, as he managed to bring back fans under his support again through the beef. However, he decided to turn their beef into public entertainment by releasing a viral, highly aggressive diss track on Spotify, publicly calling out Leg, labeling him a thief, and repeatedly referring to him as a rat. Following the release, he managed to grab everyone's attention, including the popular commentator Penguin Zero, who ended up saying the following about the situation.
Leg and his friends just didn't like Packgod, and then cut him out without telling him anything, which obviously is fucked up and made Packgod mad. They also called him a pedophile for no reason in a Discord call for something. I think it is fucked up what happened to Packgod though.
It was going well for him as he managed to get sympathy from everyone. However, things took a darker turn when Leg responded with counter accusations that allegedly exposed troubling details about Packgod's business practices, as he even dragged Packgod's girlfriend Maya Longo into the spotlight, revealing that they were allegedly exploiting the people working behind the scenes.
And you were never paid or credited for it?
Nope.
So you reached out to Packgod's girlfriend and you also reached out to him and you got no response?
Nope.
This kind of behavior led to him being disowned by even his most hardcore defenders, with one person shockingly commenting, "Dang bro, I feel like a fool," while others said, "Bro screams at kids for money and can't even pay his own editors. Absolute trash." And speaking of screaming at kids, the controversies regarding his actual content were reaching a boiling point because whenever Packgod roasted a smaller creator, often vulnerable teenage girls or socially awkward teenagers, he would deliberately link their personal TikTok accounts directly in his video descriptions, essentially painting a massive bullseye on their backs. When confronted about this deeply irresponsible behavior, Packgod tried to act like he was doing them a favor, attempting to justify this targeted harassment by claiming he was providing exposure to these smaller creators.
I'm not trying to send a hate wave towards anybody, and I haven't actually put anybody's social media in the description of a video that they themselves have not wanted it to be there.
To make matters worse, he actively used entertainment purposes only disclaimers at the beginning of his videos, not because he actually cared about the well-being of his targets, but specifically to avoid and manipulate YouTube's strict anti-bullying and harassment policies. As a result, people couldn't stand him anymore, saying, "The fact that I used to adore this guy back in the day," while others admitted, "Honestly, Packgod used to be good, now he just roasts people who want to live their life." And this was the beginning of the end for him, as after that, a lot of internet drama channels made videos about him showing his downfall. Some creators even criticized him, saying most people he roasted couldn't even understand a single word he said and got annoyed by his yapping.
The only people that will actually find his content entertaining is 6-year-olds. You can't understand a single word that's coming out of his mouth, and even though us the viewers have subtitles to understand what he's saying, the people he's actually roasting aren't understanding a single thing he's saying. You might say that Packgod is humbling them, but in reality, the people he's roasting don't understand a single word that's coming out of his mouth, and they just take off their headphones, ignoring him.
All these controversies piled on, and by mid-2024, the novelty had entirely worn off. Being a Packgod fan became incredibly socially embarrassing as viewers and other creators began openly mocking his supporters, labeling them immature, even going as far as making memes about them with quotes like "Packgod fans after he makes his staged content slop," consisting of him saying nonsense and absolute gobbledygook. But that's not all, as some even took it further, mocking his fans on TikTok while publicly exhibiting immature behavior.
Packgod, humble him!
And eventually, the public perception completely flipped, as people now saw him as the king of cringe. At one point, things got so bad that searching his name on TikTok only resulted in memes made about him. And the worst came when he was literally bullied by none other than his own fans. During a highly anticipated livestream with the infamous internet personality Low Tier God, the tables turned in the middle of their interaction when LTG revealed that Packgod was just 5'1" and attempted to mock his physical appearance.
I heard you were 5'1", bro.
I don't know where you got that information from, but I think you're horribly mistaken.
Somebody said he was 5'1". Is that true?
No, I already told you how tall I am, bro.
Let me look this dude up. What the fuck?
This was the first time someone had literally humbled Packgod on camera, and it was based on his appearance, so people also found it interesting, as some said, bro disabled his ability to speak with one sentence, while others said Prime Packgod couldn't even take on LTG, who wasn't even trying. There truly are levels to this. It was the tip of the iceberg, as what came following that was intense, since his own fans started to make fun of his appearance in several TikToks.
I heard you was 5'1".
And edits about him.
I heard you were 5'1", bro.
I don't know where you got that information from, but I think you're...
It was the ultimate irony, since the man who made a living meticulously picking apart the physical flaws of strangers was now entirely at the mercy of the monster he created. Even though he uploaded videos of people mocking him on his official Twitter account and tried to even counter-mock them, this didn't help and eventually backfired, as his immature fans ended up making fun of him again, saying he didn't even deny it, and "I'm taller than him, help." Even though he tried to fight back, you cannot out-troll an army of trolls that you personally trained. To make matters worse, YouTube finally caught up to his tricks. The platform's algorithm, prioritizing advertiser-friendly content, began actively suppressing his highly controversial, profane, and age-restricted videos. Without the algorithm pushing his videos to the front page, his reach was completely reduced, as graphs showed how badly he lost viewership traffic over the months. However, it wasn't just the views, as statistical data showed that he wasn't getting subscribers like before, as in mid-2024, he was getting 230,000 subscribers from his videos, which dropped to less than 10,000 in 2026. Fast forward to where we are today. As of June 2026, the Packgod empire is nothing more than a digital ghost town. His main YouTube channel, once the fastest growing hub of internet comedy, is now inactive, with no recent videos posted this year. But it isn't just his main channel, as his second channel, Packgod TV, also has no content uploads for over a year. But if you thought that was the lowest point he ever got to, you're wrong, because his financial collapse has been just as brutal. Back in his prime, his earnings were estimated at a massive $58,000 per month in early 2024, but his current earnings have completely plummeted, leaving him barely scraping by on just a few $1,000s a month today. However, it's not only his YouTube channels, as he also disappeared from other social media platforms. Like on Instagram, his last post was 12 weeks ago, showing him working out with the caption "built in silence," where people were seen being tired of him saying, "I don't want to beef no more," while others were still seen making fun of him saying, "Nah, he's actually 5'1", lol. On top of that, his Twitter account has a bio labeling him as the humbler, but it looks like he was the one who got humbled, as he hasn't posted there since 2024. If you like this video, you'll probably enjoy these next ones as well, and don't forget to subscribe.